following a series of appeals by Nigerians, the president and the intervention of the speaker, ASUU has decided to suspend its eight-month-old industrial action. Is this a case of he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day, or how do you see it?
Yeah, I think this will not be the last strike. It's unfortunate that we have to live with this reality. This will certainly not be the last strike. And by not calling off the strike, by simply suspending the strike, ASUU reserves the right to resume the strike without any warning, without sending any letter to um, to their employers, which is the Ministry of um Education, Federal Ministry of Education, as the case may be. Um, that is talking about public, federal universities. Now, the reason we've had these problems over the years is the reluctance of government to fulfill their own side of the bargain. Whether it is Buhari's government or Radua's government or Jonathan's government or Obasanjo's government, there is a reluctance to take education seriously. Maybe it has to do with the limited education of our leaders. They simply don't value education. How could the president be saying that, oh, um, we will not sign deals that are not implementable? What is not implementable in setting aside 1.3 trillion to revitalize infrastructure universities? Nobody is saying bring this money at once. Nobody is saying you must pay in one day. Since 2009, if government was inserting 100 billion into the budget every year, by now they will have cleared all of that money. And by now we will have seen improvement in the quality and freshness of infrastructure in our universities. But for so long, no attempt was made to release that money. When you sign agreements without your hands tied behind your back, you are obligated to honor your word. You can't sign a memorandum of action for ASUU to end the strike, only for you to refuse to fulfill even just one of all of the demands that you claim that you were going to meet. And that was what the Senate president said the other day, that why did you agree? If the issue is money, why did you agree that you are going to pay? So it is the reluctance of one party to honor its own side of the bargain that constantly leads us to these avoidable strikes, setting back our students, causing them to spend more years in school than necessary. You can imagine those who are law students, for example. Everyone spent 7 years in school outside of law school. So it's just not good enough. So now ASUU decided to end this strike conditionally. And that is to send the message to us that this sort of strike can be resumed at any time. I just hope that government will be responsible enough to honor its word. Because ASUU has obeyed the court. The court says, go and resume at work before coming to appeal. Obey the judgment of the lower industrial court. This was a gambit by the Minister of labor, because in the past, NLC, NMA, they will simply refuse to obey the industrial court. But ASUU decided to go on appeal, and it was that appeal that that clearly didn't go in their favor. Now they were boxed into a corner, and they had to end the strike, just so that Nigerians can know that ASUU is a law-abiding body. But clearly, the demands have to be met somehow. ASUU wants UTAS. Now they said they are going to accommodate the peculiarities of UTAS in IPPIS. That is not impossible to do. Universities thrive on sabbatical, on visitation and all that. You have visiting professors from different schools, because universities are centers of research. A situation in which IPPIS makes it mandatory for a lecturer to work in only one university, not going to another university to share knowledge and all that. It's not the way universities are structured to work. We passed through the university and we had foreign lecturers. We had lecturers from other universities. We had lecturers from the University of Ibadan, for example, even coming to help out at the University of Ilorin at that time. So they've got to accommodate the peculiarities of the university system in IPPIS. It's one of the demands. The promise has been made that they will do that. Let's hope that they will honor their word. They've got to pay the salaries of lecturers. The idea that universities, once students are not on campus, work is not, lecturers are not doing anything, is wrong, because even while the strike was on, a university like University of Lagos, for example, was bubbling, because lecturers were still coming around to attend conferences, do research and all that, and even contributing to their community. So the work of the lecturer is not simply to teach. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. So when they say that you have to pay their salaries for the period of the strike, it is because at least during the strike, they were doing other things, including attending conferences, doing research and all that. So there are critical demands that needs to be met concerning the welfare of the academic staff, concerning the welfare of students. So government needs to be alive to its responsibilities. I read what the Speaker of the House of Reps said yesterday. He said the suspension of the strike does not mean all the issues of funding, education standard, and student and staff welfare have been resolved. Therefore, we must not rest on our oars. Let this be a call for the government, universities, unions, and citizens to begin the critical conversation about the future of public tertiary education in the country. That's what the House of Reps Speaker said. And he concluded by saying that the House of Reps will pursue this with determination and vigor. So in the area of research, attending conferences, doing community work, ASUU members were working. So go ahead and pay their salaries. Even during the military era, when they went on strike, their salaries were paid. And the last time I checked, President Buhari is not a military ruler anymore. So
Yeah, BKO.
we are happy
Um,
that the strike has ended because
right.
even me, I was mentally stressed by this strike.
Yeah.
But
Having to talk about it
hopefully,
all the time.
hopefully, hopefully it will be the last time we will have a strike that lasted this long.